Now come to the next journal. Journalize the following transaction in the journal of Naveen Gupta and Sons. In the books of Naveen Gupta and Sons. Journalize the following transactions in the books of. So what we write in the books of, heading will be in the books of Naveen Gupta. The name of the proprietor is Naveen Gupta and Sons. Naveen Gupta and Sons. Naveen Gupta and Sons. Name of the proprietors. Thereafter, what we write? We write the journal entries. Journal entries. Journal entries. Now you know the format of a journal very well. This is for date. This is for date. This is for particular, where you write the details. This is for ledger folio, and these two amount for column for amount. Going to divide it in between two column. I have divided that space in two column. First is for debit, second is for credit. Debit and credit. This is the amount. We are going to express in terms of rupees amount. This is for ledger folio. This is for date. This is for particulars. Particulars. Okay. So heading will be in the books of Naveen Gupta and Sons. Thereafter journal entries, and this is the format: date, particular, ledger folio, and the two column for the amount. One is for debit, another is for credit. Now we'll see the first transaction. Out of the insurance premium paid this year, 15,000 is related to the next year. Whatever the insurance premium we have paid this year means in this financial year, out of that 15,000 insurance premium is related to the next year. It means it's a prepaid insurance. It's a prepaid insurance. So it's an adjustment. So we'll do it instead of date, its serial number has mentioned. So we'll write the prepaid insurance account debit to insurance account. It's an adjustment entry. It's an adjustment entry because when we have paid the insurance, without knowing the fact that out of this premium, this much premium is related to next year, then on that time we did the entry that insurance account debit, insurance premium account debit to bank account. Later on, this come to our knowledge that out of this premium, this much is related to the next year, then we have to do the adjustment. So prepaid insurance comes under representative person, personal account, representative person. So personal account rule will be applied because you have given the premium in advance. So prepaid insurance represent to whom? This represent to the insurance company. It's a representative. Prepaid insurance, to whom you have paid the insurance premium in advance. You have paid it to the insurance company. So prepaid insurance indicate or represent the Insurance company. Insurance company is the receiver of that amount. That's why his name is debited. Prepaid insurance. Instead of insurance company, we are going to write the prepaid insurance. This prepaid insurance represent the insurance company. And here insurance account is credited, not because that the insurance over here is an income. It's a reversal entry because we have debited the insurance earlier. Earlier we have debited the insurance account debit to bank account we have debited. Later on we comes to know that the 15,000 insurance is related to the next year. Then what we do the reverse. We have to cancel it. So for cancellation we have to credit the insurance. And what will debit? Debit the prepaid insurance because this is received by the insurance company. Here don't think that the insurance is credited because it's an income. It's not an income. It's a reversal entry. We just revert back our previous entry. So what we'll write over here, being insurance premium paid in advance, now adjusted. Okay, insurance premium paid earlier, now adjusted as prepaid insurance. Okay, or prepaid insurance rupees this much. So this is the narrations for the first transactions. Now second transaction, credit purchased from Ram and Company for rupees 50,000. We have purchased the credit, goods on credit from Ram and Company 50,000. Cash discount will be received at 5% on payment of bill within 10 days. So if it is not paid immediately, then this will be treated as credit purchase. So when we purchase the goods on credit, the entry will be purchase account debit to the party or person from whom we have purchased the goods. Here the supplier is Ram and Company is the supplier, so we'll credit the Ram and Company account. Being goods purchased on, narration will be what? Being goods purchased on credit. Amount is how much? 50,000 in debit, 50,000 is in credit. Now you are in a position to recognize that it is related to real account, nominal account or personal account. So purchase comes under nominal account, all expenses and losses debit. Ram and Company comes under personal account. He is the giver. When we purchase the goods from Ram and Company, so Ram and Company is the giver of that amount. So Ram and Company is credited. Now third transaction is cash paid to Ram and Company and discount availed. We have paid the cash to Ram and Company, and as per the terms and condition, the 5% is the discount. 5% is cash discount. So when we are going to pay this amount, we will get the 5% cash discount. So it is 2,500. So 47,500 we have to pay. So cash paid to Ram and Company. Ram and Company is the receiver. So Ram and Company account debit. Ram and Company account debit. And when you pay it, payment done by cash. So cash will be credited. Cash goes out from the business. And you have earned discount. So discount received will be credited. When you pay the amount, you will get the discount. You will receive the discount. So how much amount we have to pay? 50,000, but we have paid how much? 47,500, and 2,500 is our discount. 2,500 is the discount, 47,500 it is paid, and the total amount settled is 50,000. Narration will be very simple and short. Being amount paid and get the 5% cash discount. Being amount paid by cash and received 5% cash discount. Received 5% cash discount. Now we'll see the next transaction of the same question. Next transaction, we'll see the next transactions. Okay, we'll see the next transaction of the same question. So the next transaction is paid income tax by check. when we pay the income tax is the personal tax, personal expense of the proprietor. It's a personal expense of the proprietor. When the personal expense of the proprietor is bear by the firm or paid by the firm, it means the proprietor has withdrawn the money from business for personal use. So income tax is the personal tax of the proprietor which is paid by the firm, so that will be treated as a drawings. Amount has withdrawn from business and it is paid by check, so bank account will be affected. Two account, cash account and bank account. Drawings comes under personal account. When the proprietor withdraw the money, it means proprietor. Drawings indicate to whom? Drawing indicate to the proprietor. Proprietor is the receiver of that amount. He is the receiver, so his account will be debited. Bank also comes under personal account, but here the bank is the giver. Bank account will be credited over here because bank has done the payment on our behalf. So the entry will be drawing account debit, drawings will be debited, drawings account debit, and will credit the bank account because amount goes out from the bank. So narration will be, this is the fourth one, being amount withdrawn from the business for personal use to pay the income tax. Next is goods costing rupees 2000 sold for cash at a profit of 10%. Goods costing rupees 2 lakhs sold for cash. Goods costing rupees 2 lakhs. Cost of the goods is 2 lakhs. It is sold at a profit of 10%. So add the profit, 10% profit we will add it. So 10% of 2 lakhs is 20,000. So it means goods is sold at this value, 2 lakh 20. So goods costing rupees 2 lakhs sold for cash. So sold for cash, it means cash comes into business, cash comes under the real account, what comes in is debit, and sales is the income, it comes under nominal account. All incomes and gains are credited. So amount will be 2 lakh 20. 2 lakh 20 being goods sold at a profit of 10%. Being goods sold at a profit of 10%. This amount is 20,000. 20,000. Drawings amount is 20,000 and it is 2 lakh 20. Next is purchase iron safe for rupees 2 lakhs. Iron safe, filing cabinet. This is used in the office to keep the files in a very systematic manner. It's a filing cabinet used in the office. Computer for rupees 1 lakh. So these three assets are related to office. Whether it's an iron safe used as a locker, filing cabinet used in the office, computer also used in the office. So these three are related to office. So it is related. So we'll do one thing. We'll open the one account for all these office equipment account. Office equipment account. And all the iron safe, computer, filing cabinet, we'll keep it in this account. So we'll open over here 6 number, office equipment account debit, office equipment account debit, and we have done the payment. Nothing has written. It means we have done the payment either by cash or by check. It is not written in the question. So we'll write in detail, being office equipment, being iron safe of rupees 2 lakh, filing cabinet of rupees 50,000 and computer of rupees 1 lakh purchased for office. This will be the narration. So total will be 2 lakhs iron safe, 50,000 is your filing cabinet and 1 lakh is your computer. So 3 lakh 50. Total office equipment purchased by you is 3 lakhs 50,000. 3 lakhs 50,000. Under the one head, this will come under the one head, office equipment. You purchase the iron safe, to keep use as a locker. Whether you purchase the filing cabinet, it is filing cabinet. Filing cabinet. We purchase this filing cabinet. We purchase this filing cabinet to keep the file in a proper manner in the office. And whether we purchase the computer, these all three will come under one account, that is the office equipment account. So office equipment, what comes in is debit. These all assets comes in the business. These all are real account. So debit and to cash account will be credited or bank account will be credited. Narration will be very simple. Being office, your iron safe of rupees 2 lakhs, filing cabinet of rupees 50,000 and computer of rupees 1 lakh purchased and payment made by cash or payment made by check. So this is the journal entry for this transaction. So now see the next question. Now you see the next question. Okay, see the next question. Now we'll see the next question. Generalize the following transaction in the books of Kanishk trader. So you write in the books of Kanishk, K-A-N-I-S-H-K, Kanishk traders. Kanishk traders. So first transaction is sold goods costing rupees 2 lakhs to Charu at a profit of 33 and 1/3% on cost less 15% trade discount. So goods costing rupees, sold goods costing rupees, cost of the goods is 1,20,000 at a profit of, you add the profit on it, profit of 33 and 1/3% on cost. So cost is 1,20,000. So you calculate the 33 and 1/3% on cost. So 100 by 300. So it is 40,000. 40,000 is the profit. We will add it. So goods sold for rupees 1,60,000 less trade discount is 15% trade discount. So 15% of 1,60,000, 15% of 1,60,000. So this will be 16 into 15, 240, 24,000. 24,000 is the trade discount. So this discount will be deducted from this amount 0,006,311, 1,36,000. It means goods is sold at this value. Goods is sold at this value. So we'll do the entry. Purchase sold goods costing rupees 1,20,000 to Charu at a profit of this less 15% trade discount. Here the goods is sold on credit because here it is not mentioned that it is sold for cash, but the name of the customer has mentioned. When the name of the customer has mentioned, but it is not given thereafter whether it is a cash or on credit, it means it's a credit. That's why the name of the customer is given. So it's a transaction number 1. So Charu is the receiver. Charu's account will be debited to sales account. Sales account will be credited. And the narration will be being goods sold at 33 and 1/3% profit less 15% trade discount. You write it in the narration. Being goods sold at a profit of 33 and 1/3% on cost less, after giving comma, less 15% trade discount. So it is 1,36,000. 1,36,000. 1,36,000. It is 1,36,000. Next is, next transaction is sold goods costing rupees 80,000 to Arun against check at a profit of 25% on cost less 15% trade discount. So here also the cost of the goods has given, cost is 80,000 is the cost of the goods which is going to sell, plus profit is profit given over here 25% on cost, 25% on cost is 80. So 25% on cost, it is 20,000. 1 by 4, 20,000. So it's a list price. This is called list price. Less trade discount over here is 15% trade discount. So we'll deduct the trade discount, 1 lakh into 15 upon 100. So it is 15,000 is the trade discount. So goods is sold finally at rupees 85. Goods is sold at rupees 85. So the question here, the journal is sold goods costing rupees 80,000 to Arun against check. So we have received the check. So when we have received the check, it means it's a cash sales. So bank account will be debited. Bank account will be debited because we have received the check, and assuming it that this check is deposited in the same day into the bank. Assuming it that this check is deposited in the same day into the bank to sales account. Sales is credited because it's an income, being goods sold at 25% at a profit of 25%, comma, less 15% trade discount, that is 85,000. It is 85,000. This figure will come 85. So what we will write in the narration? Being goods costing rupees 80,000 sold at a profit of 25% on cost less 15% trade discount. So this will be the narration. Here I have not opened the name of the person, name of the customer, because customer has paid the amount by check. So when he has paid the amount by check, and I assume that check is deposited into bank on the same day, then I have debited the bank account. If the check is not deposited on the same day, then check in hand account will be debited. Check in hand will be debited. Any check which is received but not deposited on the same day, then this account will open this account. And if the check is deposited on the same day, then bank account will open the bank account. So if no information is given in the question, then we will consider that the check is deposited on the same day. Next transaction in this question is, you see the next transactions. Paid by check 8,400 as insurance premium for 12 months starting from 1st August 2016. Financial year closes on 31st March. So when we have paid the insurance premium of rupees 8,400 for a 12 months on 1st August, it means our accounting year, if you see the accounting year start from 2016 and will be closed on start from 1st April 2016, and this will be closed on 31st March 2017. Okay, this is the accounting year. In this accounting year, insurance premium is paid. Insurance premium is paid 8,400 on which date? On 1st of August 2016. This date the insurance premium has paid. Yes, insurance premium is paid on 1st August 2016. So it means if the insurance premium, this 8,400 is paid for 1 year, for 12 months, so from 1st August to, this will be from 1st August to 12 months you start counting 31st July 2017, 1st August to 31st July 2017, but accounts is going to closed on 31st March. So after the premium which is paid after that date will be treated as prepaid insurance. So after March, it's April, May, June, July. 4 months is the prepaid insurance. So we'll calculate the prepaid insurance. It's for 12 months. So we'll calculate the prepaid insurance of 4 months. So it is 2800 is the prepaid insurance. 2800 is the prepaid insurance which is related to the next financial year. 4 months is the prepaid insurance which is related to after the next financial year, means next financial year 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018. This is the next financial year. So it is effective up to 31st July 2017 in this financial year for 3 months, April, May, June and July. So 2800 is the prepaid. So entry will be, third entry will be insurance premium account debit, insurance premium account debit, prepaid insurance account debit, prepaid insurance account debit. 2, you have done the payment by check. So bank will be credited. When we have done the payment by check, then bank will be credited. So prepaid is 2800. It means in this financial year, premium will be only, you deduct it, 5600 is the premium of the current year, and this is the premium for the next financial year. That's why the prepaid insurance account has opened over here. So total amount paid by you is 8400. Is it clear? So you write in the narrations over here. What you will write in the narration? Being insurance premium 8400 is paid on 1st August for 12 months. So 4 months premium is prepaid, is recorded in the books of account. Okay, is duly recorded in the books of account. So 8400 premium is paid in the current year on 1st August 2016. So the 4 months premium which was paid for the next financial year is also recorded, or prepaid insurance premium is also recorded. So is it clear? Prepaid insurance premium. So these 3 transactions are clear.